Awesome job being on this video right now. You are about to embrace the DM formula, which is going to close daily sales and bring you weekly commissions paid to you every single Wednesday like clockwork. And I can't be more thrilled. Oh my gosh. Congrats in advance. The DM formula is what makes so many people on our team so much money. And when you follow it, it's going to do the same for you. Understand it's a new language. Understand you get to give yourself grace. This is something of a preface from short form video into direct messaging, into text messages on your app, cha-ching, your phone, being able to close and help more people. What that means for you is increased paychecks, increased wallet, and increased impact. Now listen, stay to the end of this video. Just as we've said multiple times inside of this training already, you start with the overview, you then go into the app, you then go into the fast start guide, you set up your links, you now have engagement. You're having so many leads comment and say, hey, Billy Bob, I want information. Hey, can you tell me what to do? Hey, how does this work? Hey, send me some info, right? And now what we're going to go over in the DM formula today is how to respond to those leads, how to do so effectively so that you're closing daily sales and getting weekly commissions. Now listen to the end of this video, just as I've mentioned before, because if you hop around, you skip around, you're not going to know how to close leads and you're going to be confused. What that means is the confusion comes by you getting micro mentality inside instead of entrepreneur mentality. Be sure to stay to the end, okay? As we go through things today, write down the notes that you have. We're always looking to improve, always looking to shift and increase you and us at the same time. We do it as a team because we care about your success. So the document that I'll share in just a moment, if ever it looks different, just know that we are always improving something. We're always adding to and editing and shifting. That way you can succeed faster and more simply. With that being said, if ever it changes, this document that I'm going to share in a moment, the concepts for what we're talking about today within the DM formula still applies. Don't be like, oh no, it's different, it's changed. That's good. It's great that it's different or that it's changed because we're just improving it for your success. Okay. Now, this document you do not need to request access to. Please don't. Make sure to copy and paste it into a Word document yourself and print it out if you want. Take a screenshot, type out the responses exactly how you want them to be. That way you can close more sales and generate yourself weekly and daily money in your account, being able to impact yourself and others more. Okay. You don't need to request access though. Just make sure to copy and paste it into your own Word document and then be able to print it if you want to. Okay. Take notes as we go through this. This is something that makes so many people on our team so much money, and I want the same for you. So great job being here and take notes. It's going to be a wild ride and I'm excited for you. Okay. Let's share the screen right now. This right here is what you're looking at. This document is underneath this video as well. Please bookmark it. Please save it. Go print it yourself. Don't request access to it. Just print it yourself by copying and pasting into your own Word document. Now, right here, this is where you're at. Again, if something behind here looks different by the time you watch this video, don't worry. It still has the same concept applied. It might just look different because we're always shifting and improving things for you. Now you start out with the overview. You then go into the app. When you set up the app, you bought a domain, right? Right here under setting up a forwarding domain and your links under the fast start guide, a couple videos before this one here at the DM formula. When you set up your links, you can attach it so that your link workwithbillybob.com goes to a capture page that collects the person's name, email, and phone number. If it is set up that way and you start getting people using the DM formula, getting people meaning interaction, comments saying, hey, Billy Bob, I really want information. Hey, can you send me what this is? Hey, how does this work? Hey, I want some info, right? You're getting comments like that on your social media accounts. And the DM formula we're talking about right now is how to respond to that. But remember, you're setting up the domain right here under the fast start guide. If it's attached to your app, which it should be if you want to work from your phone, not a laptop, it's going to collect the name, the email, and the phone number. So if you've not yet set it up that way, I would encourage you to. That way you can start getting the cha-ching notification as you use the DM formula and as people start hitting your funnel. Like, for example, the all-in-one funnel here with your site name at the end of the AID equal sign, all of which is explained inside the forwarding domain right here under the fast start guide. When that is set up, you're able to get cha-chings on your phone, making it even more applicable for what we're talking about now in the DM formula. Okay. Now, remember, write down questions, ask your sponsor, go into the trainings applicable that we have, and stay to the end of this video because it will all make sense. Give yourself some grace. It's not you drinking from a water hose. It's you being able to understand a new language. Okay. Now, listen, you did the fast start guide. You took action. You now have videos out there. Let's say you're getting comments from all these leads and you're getting cha-chings on your phone. Now, if you're getting a comment on Facebook or you're getting a comment or a DM on TikTok or Instagram, whatever it is, you want them to go to your funnel if you're using the app so that you can close the lead in real time. You can text them directly. It's great to get them off the social media platform and put them into your app so that you can personally connect with them and be able to close the sale in real time. Okay. What that means is, first, if you're not using the app, you can use sentences like this. Say, a guy named Billy Bob comments on your Facebook reel and says, "Hey, Steve, I want some information," right? You then would respond with something similar to these 3 comments that you're seeing here. "Hey, Billy Bob, awesome to connect. All through digital marketing, it's a completely work at home position. Watch through my overview at," and then you'll put in your domain, workwithbillybob.com, right? Whatever you did back here under setting up your domain, you purchased it from GoDaddy. You then attached it to your all-in-one funnel with your site name at the end, right? Go to workwithbillybob.com. DM me after if you're serious about taking action. That's the example of if it's on Facebook Reels, TikTok, or Instagram. You want them to direct message you, or they can go to your funnel if it's attached to the app where that workwithbillybob.com website is going to collect Billy Bob's name, email, and phone number. Okay. Another option. Hey, great to connect. Head to workwithbillybob.com. Not that, obviously, your own domain that you purchased, to see if this is your fit. Message me if you're serious about starting this work at home job, right? And then another example, digital marketing, complete remote work. Let's see if it's your fit. Go to workwithbillybob.com to snag some insight now. I'll follow up with you shortly. Okay. These 3 examples here and these 3 examples here can be intertwined. This one here, these 3 examples are more specific to if you're using your app and you have your domain set up to use the app, because then when Billy Bob hits your workwithhenry.com, okay, I'm just using names as examples. Whatever your domain is, when Billy Bob goes to that link, you're going to get that cha-ching notification on your app in real time so you can talk with that lead. So when that happens, you would say, "Peter, go to yada yada.com. Let's chat directly," right? If you're using the app, listen, if you're using the app and your domain collects their name, email, and phone number, that means that you want Billy Bob or Peter or Henry or whoever, "Hey, Henry, go to workwithbillybob.com now. Let's chat directly. I'll text you back one-to-one as soon as you hit that link. Excited to connect." The reason something like that is so important is because it connects the person to you. It also lets them know that you've got their back by saying, "I'm going to connect with you one-to-one," right? I will text you back. Go to the link, submit your info so that I can text you back directly. Okay. Here's another option. Go here now, right? You put in your own domain, workwithbillybob.com, whatever your domain is, and text me directly. Let's chat about working at home today and see if you've got what it takes. I love that one because it's urgency. It also lets the person know that they're going to text you directly, which gives them clarity for, yeah, I want to go to this link. I want to text this guy directly. Okay. And then another option, text me directly when you can by going here. I'll respond when I'm able. Chat soon. A little less urgent, a little more, nonchalant. You're just hanging out, that kind of a thing. Pick and choose what type of response you want to give when someone comments on your Facebook reel, on your TikTok video, on your Instagram post, right? When you do that, you do a combination or a variation of one of these 6, you're going to get people responding more, and they're going to go to your workwithbillybob.com domain that's attached to your funnel, right? If you walked through this fast start guide here, setting up your domain, your links, when you do that and it's attached to your app where Henry goes to workwithbillybob.com, Henry's information then is sent to Billy Bob, or you rather, as soon as they hit that link. So you're able to text them directly and know exactly what to say to engage in conversation. Now, from your app setup, the quick replies, I've included that document here as well, just so you have a couple more examples aside from these 6 right here. Okay. These 6 right here, as a quick recap, are the types of responses you would be commenting back with when a lead responds on your Facebook reel, your TikTok video, your Instagram post, whatever it is, and says, "Hey, I want some more info." These 6 responses here, examples, are what you can say. Now, of course, you can say whatever the heck you want. These are just examples. Please alter them and tweak them the way that you see fit and the way that your voice works and how you want to assume the sale. Okay. Feel free to alter them. Feel free to vary them. Feel free to edit them the way that you see fit. And then same thing here with the quick replies through your app. This was discussed up here in the quick replies section. Okay. Same thing applies to your app. It just looks different because I'm sharing my screen on the desktop version. All of it applies for engagement right away if you want to have a person connect with you in real time through your app, through the cha-ching notification on your phone, or as I mentioned up here, let's say you're not using the app for whatever crazy reason. If you don't want the cha-ching on your phone, you want us to connect via email with them, that's great too. You can set that up under your Fast Start Guide section for the forwarding domain section, where it only collects the email. If that's the case, then yes, you would want your call to action to be something like DM me. If guy named Billy Bob comments on your Facebook reel, you'd want him to direct message you if you want to connect on Messenger rather than having a cha-ching notification from your phone, depending how it's set up. Now, I know that's a lot. It just depends what lane you went to. If you want it to be from your app, which I hope so, or if you want it to be through the desktop and we do the email follow-up for you and you correspond, on direct messages on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, etc. Okay. Now, 3 awesome questions I love asking when someone messages me. Let's say Billy Bob just submitted his info on the app. Let's say Billy Bob just sent me a message on Facebook. "Hey, Kirsty, I'd really love to know how this works." They've already connected with me. They've either already gone to my app, right? They've already gone to my funnel. So I got that lead in real time. Maybe they're watching the business overview already. Maybe they're not. If they connected with me on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, they've not yet seen it because they did not hit my domain yet, assuming, right? So here are a couple options for what you can say here. "Hey, Billy Bob, thanks for reaching out. I'm excited to chat with you about working at home and making money online. How much extra are you wanting to make each month?" Now, the reason you'd ask something like that as a first impression, the first connection when they are a lead on your app or when they send you a message on Facebook, just as the example, the reason you ask something like, "How much are you wanting to make each month?" is because that's fun. That's fun for someone to answer. "Oh, I really want to make 5,000. Oh, an extra 1,000 a month, 1,000 a week. That would help me out." And then you're able to engage in conversation. They're already used to responding because you asked them a question, which means they want to respond. The worst thing you could do is to say, "Hey, Billy Bob, got your stuff and, I'll reach out later." They're not going to need to respond because you said you'd reach out and you're acting like customer service. We don't want you to be like customer service. We want you to be where you're assuming the sale and leading the conversation the whole time. And asking a question, just as an example, you pick and choose which one you want here, the 3. How much extra are you wanting to make each month? That lets you know a person where they're at, what's helpful for them. And then you can easily follow it up with, "Awesome, 3,000 a month is possible for you to have in this business, Billy Bob." You could say something like, "It will require you to be consistent and push you out of your comfort zone. Are you good with that?" 9 times out of 10, Billy Bob is going to respond and be like, "Yeah, for sure. I want to start this right now." He's going to say something positive, but you're carrying the conversation. "How much do you want to make?" "Okay, cool. Yep, that's possible." You could even ask, go down a different route and say, "How come you want to make 3,000? How does that help you?" When you ask something like that, you're allowing the person to really see why, say, an example, 3,000 a month could help them out. "Oh, well, that allows me to get rid of my job. Oh, well, that allows me to get out of debt. Oh, well, I really want to take my kids on the trip," whatever it is. And you're connecting with them. They feel heard. They feel valued. They're already in a position to respond because you've given them the opportunity to respond 2 or 3 times now. Does that make sense? Now, listen, Another example would be, hey, Billy Bob, good to chat with you about this. What has you looking for an online job? I love that question because it allows them the same type of thing in a different way. I'm looking for an online job because I want to get out of debt. You're allowing them to respond. You're connecting with them for why they're reaching out and why they're inquiring with you about this work at home job through digital marketing, right? And then this last one, hey, Billy Bob, thanks for connecting with me. It's great to chat directly. Have you already seen my business overview video? Depending on the time that you have, say you have only 5 leads. If you only have 5 leads, just as an example, literally don't take it verbatim here, just an example. If you only have 5 leads, these ones are fun because you have the time to converse back and forth. If you have a surplus of leads, you can just get to the point. Hey, Billy Bob, awesome to connect with you. Have you seen my business overview video yet? Now, the business overview video, you guys, I'll just give you an example, okay? If I have this as my link, right? It's connected to GoDaddy. This is one where it doesn't connect to the app. This is just my quick example. If I'm Billy Bob and I go request access, I watch this video. If I watch this video, this right here is the overview video that I'm talking about when I say, hey, Billy Bob, have you seen my business overview video yet? When someone hits your funnel, your link, workwithbillybob.com, whatever it is that you got at GoDaddy, this is the business overview that I'm referencing when I say that type of language. Now, let's say Billy Bob watches this video. He's like, oh, heck yeah, I'm in. It'll then go here. This blue button is where he can sign up and actually enroll into the savings membership, which means you're generating yourself a $10, $50, or $100 commission, depending the level that they choose. Okay. Now, have you seen my business overview video? Let me just stop it right there for just a moment. When a person responds back and they say, no, I have not, that is your perfect chance and opportunity to hold some serious posture. Don't just spam them your link after that. Don't just say, okay, go to workwithbillybob.com. See ya. Say, cool, sounds great. Happy to send it your way when you've got the time to watch. Sometimes Billy Bob will respond and say, well, how long is it? Or, oh, I can watch it now, send it my way. Or, oh, yeah, I'm at work till 5. Can you send it tonight? Whatever his response, you then follow up and let them know that you're going to send it when they want it. Why would you do that though? Because if you just spam them your link, they're not used to responding, which means it's awkward for you to follow up because they don't know you're following up because you haven't said that. So what it means when you say, hey, Billy Bob, thanks for connecting with me. It's good to chat directly. Have you seen my business overview video yet? That would be your link, workwithbillybob.com, right? They put in their information. They then go to this video. This video right here is the business overview I'm talking about. Now, this is just the example I gave. Obviously, you can choose whatever one you want. You can hook it to your app. It depends what video you want them to see. You can choose that. This is just the example, but this is the business overview. The reason you don't want to just spam them your link after they reached out to you, whether from the app you got a cha-ching or, say they commented on Facebook, say they DM'd you on Facebook. The reason you don't want to just spam them your link is because they're not used to responding. So how do you follow up if you've not responded and gone back and forth yet? Does that make sense? Now listen. Have you seen my business overview already? When you're on the app and you have Billy Bob's lead in real time, if you respond to him right in that hot moment, right in that second that you get the cha-ching notification, he probably has not watched it yet because it's about 10 or 15 minutes long and he hasn't seen it yet if you followed up before 10 or 15 minutes has gone by. All he did was submit his info. So when you say something like, have you seen my business overview video yet? They might, if they're from the app, you got a cha-ching on your phone, they might say something like, what video is that? And then you can send them your link again and say, right where you submitted your info and were able to text me, that video that plays on the next page is my overview. What time are you watching it today? I hope you guys are taking notes. What time are you watching it today lets you know when you can follow up. If he says, oh yeah, cool, I'm going to watch it right now, you know that you can and that you ought to follow up in 10 to 15 minutes from then. And then you're easily able to say that. Awesome, Billy Bob, watch it right now. I'll follow up in about 10 or 15 minutes. Then when you follow up, it's not awkward because you already knew that he was watching the video. He just admitted he's watching the video. So it's not weird to follow up. It's not awkward. It's not salesy. It's you helping him out because he admitted he was watching the video. Now, for the example, if he says, oh, I'm busy at work, I can watch it on my lunch break, ask him what time, and then let him know that you'll follow up or that you'll wait to hear from him when he's ready to watch. When you have that authority positioning, when you don't just spam them your link, when you hold that posture, they take it more seriously from the start. But just as we set up here, the reason you want to ask a question, something that makes them want to respond, not, hey, it's Billy Bob and I just got your info and talk soon. They have no reason to respond. They would have no reason. They don't know who you are. But when you ask a question and you assume the engagement from the start, they're going to be used to responding. Okay. I love these 3 questions because they allow the person to respond. Now, as I said above, just up here, as you saw, alter them, tweak them, edit them the way that you see fit. Just understand that the more questions you can ask, open-ended, aside from this one, just getting to the point. When you can ask an open-ended question like, how much are you wanting to make? Why do you want to make that amount? How can I help you make that amount? Why an online job? Why not just go get a second job? That kind of a thing. It allows the person to open up. They feel seen, heard, and understood. And that allows you to connect with them more directly, which means when they enroll, there's a trust factor there, which is what you need for online business. Okay. Now moving on, how to assume the sale. After Billy Bob has watched your video, okay, Billy Bob's our example lead right now. After he's watched your video, you said you'd follow up in about 10 to 15 minutes, right? You then follow up and you say, hey, Billy Bob, what questions can I answer for you now? Hey, Billy Bob, what level are you coming in at today? Gold, platinum, or titanium, right? Hey, Billy Bob, how soon are you looking to opt in? Hey, Billy Bob, just wanted to touch base. How can I help you get started? Asking a question similar to what you're seeing on the screen right now, my friend, will help you so much because first, they know you're following up. You just admitted it. You didn't just spam them your link. They admitted they're going to watch it. So when you follow up and you say, hey, Billy Bob, just touching base. I'm confident that video helped you out. How can I help you get started now? That's going to allow them to, if they have questions, open up and ask the question. That's going to allow them to engage with you again and not feel funny about it because you already told them that you'd follow up. That's also going to allow them to ask something maybe they're hesitant about if they, at that point, have a concern or they need clarity about something. Okay. With that being said, I'm just going to kind of tangent here for a moment. When you ask something like, how can I help you get started? And they come back and they're like, I need this. I don't understand this. Da, 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 da. That is what I mean at the beginning of this DM formula video of this document will shift. It will change as we have different questions constantly asked or something that you struggle with in answering. We'll put it on this document. So just reach out to us. Let us know, hey, what's a good phrase for this? Hey, how do you respond to that? Because this is something that we are crafting up all the time and we want you to improve your craft. Okay. But assuming the sale, how can I help you get started? You want to help them get started. It's not a sales technique. It's an actual, you care about their success because you started this business for a purpose. Now you're allowing them to lean into their reason and starting this business for a purpose as well. And if you never ask for the sale, you're never going to get it. Okay. So, Billy Bob watches it. Have you seen my business overview? Oh, no, I haven't. Okay, cool. Let me know when you want to watch. Oh, I can right now. Okay. You send him the link. You say you'll follow up in 10 to 15 minutes. You then follow up in 10 to 15 minutes. You ask something like, how can I help you get started? And he asks whatever he does. You then answer it at the moment where it's an open conversation. You'll be able to tell. Okay. Just trust yourself. You'll be able to tell. You'll then say, awesome, Billy Bob, what time are you getting started today? That's a very point blank question, similar to up here. But instead of how can I help you get started, it's what time are you getting started? Or do you need the enrollment link now then? Hey, Billy Bob, saw that you finished the video, just touching base. Do you need the enrollment link? I know that's very point blank. And for some of you out there, you're like, wow, that's very, very blunt. It is. But are you assuming the sale? The answer is no till you ask. So you might as well assume the sale. You're helping them out, right? Hey, Billy Bob, I saw you finish the overview. You know that because they admitted it, not because you literally knew that they finished the overview. Okay. You're assuming the sale. Hey, Billy Bob, saw that you finished the overview. What time are you enrolling today? Or how soon are you looking to get started? Whatever the language, however you want to edit and adjust it, please do. Because the only way you can go get more sales is by following the formula and asking for the sale, assuming the sale from the start, and being able to be confident when leading a conversation. Now, at the beginning, it might feel like, you're scared, you're nervous, you're not sure how to ask, but it comes better with time the more you do it. So continue practicing. Okay. After sending them the overview, here's a few examples that I kind of went over already. And then here's the last little bit that I want to go over. I want you guys to think of the end result. If you want a titanium sale, are you leading with the language of titanium? So something like, do you need the enrollment link now then? You could say, do you need the titanium enrollment link now then? If you want an end result of titanium, platinum, or gold, are you thinking from the end result for how you can help them get there? Are you using the language for your intention at the end of the conversation when you get a sale? You can sprinkle that all throughout. Okay. And on top of that, if the preface, okay, listen, if the preface, the first impression, the gatekeeper, the door knock, the gateway, whatever you want to call it, is your short form video. Your short form video on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. If it leads with $20, then yes, your language can't be contrary to what your content says. It can be, and you'll get sales regardless. But I want you to think of the end result. I want you to think of, do I want to attract $10, $50, or $100 commissions? Is my content saying that? So then when I pull Billy Bob into a conversation, whether a cha-ching on my app, lead in real time, he watches it, I follow the formula, I then ask for the sale. If I'm sprinkling in that language from start to end, from short form video to conversation to cha-ching to assuming the sale to asking for the sale, if the language all matches, you're going to close a lot more sales with what you want to attract. But if your messaging is conflicting, it'll vary. It'll go up and down with golds, platinum, or titanium, which is great. We want them all. You want them all. It's impactful to help people make and save money. But the two tips I want you to take away from all of that is I want you to think from the end result. How can I lead a conversation to where I want it to be without being salesy? Because here's the thing, that DM formula that we just went over that we're constantly going to be improving is not meant for you to be like, oh, I'm a sneaky salesman. Not at all. It's you being able to follow the formula and lead where you want it to go by asking the right questions so the person decides for themselves, not you telling them to. Okay. And if you're thinking from the end result, is your content, short form videos, your language, how you authority position yourself, all of that, is that stemming from the result that you want, the commission that you want, the people you want to attract, etc. Okay. Now, last thing, and as you can see here, sharing my screen again, this is the document right underneath this video. Don't worry, you've got it. As I already mentioned at the beginning of this training, this document might look different later on. Okay. Here on this next page, we have FAQ and how to answer. That will always be shifting and improving. So do not hesitate to reach out and say, hey, how could I answer this? Hey, I get this question all the time. How can I best improve that? How can I help myself in answering this and feeling confident? Whatever it is, we're constantly going to improve and we constantly want to help. So be sure to ask questions inside of the Facebook group. Be sure to ask your sponsor. Be sure to be there on purpose for the trainings that we have so that you can always be improving. Now, right here, when you're on your document, yes, it's a hyperlink. Okay. This will look different eventually as well because we're constantly teaching, which means right now there are 7 videos at the time of this recording, but there will be more videos as we go because we want to help you out in the best way possible on Teachable Tuesday, Mindset Monday, and Focus Friday. That being said, what I would strongly encourage you to do is not only to print this out and to have the language of it and refer back to it and all of that, but the language in which you want to attract the certain things, like a titanium sale, like how to follow up, like how to do a team webinar and focus on conversation before, during, and after with the lead, whatever it is, this right here, when you click that and go to the hyperlink, you're going to have additional training for how to really, really specifically accelerate your DM formula process. Now, please do not binge these. Please take them step by step. Do it when it's applicable for you. Each of these have a document similar to this underneath them, which means you can also go print it out. You can also go improvise and edit to your voice and in mastering the DM formula. This one you're watching right now is the long-standing DM formula, and these ones here that will shift and improve and be added to are also very specific to following the DM formula. It's just a little bit more specific. DM formula to titanium cells, DM formula with our new funnel that we launched a few months ago at the time of this video, DM formula for a formula within a formula, peak and pass, pain dream connection. Okay. You being able to follow these inside of this document here. Again, this document that I've been sharing this whole time is underneath this video. And at the end of it is a yellow tab that leads you to more DM formula training. Now, let me be very clear. And I know I said this already, but I hope you understand. Don't go binge watch. Just as you've done up to this point in our TFT training, you've done the overview, the app setup, the setting up your domain, the fast start guide, the taking action. You know, have videos out there. You're getting so much momentum. Now you have leads. Now you're using the DM formula. Now the next section is going to be what to do when you get a sale. And that's going to be such an incredible time. But the way that that happens every single day so consistently is when you follow what's been above. The short form video training, the DM formula training, anything beyond what to do when you get a sale is extra sauce, extra awesomeness. But you don't need to go there until it's applicable and you've mastered things like the DM formula trainings and the short form video trainings. I know for a fact you've got what it takes. It's just a matter of you practicing and rinse and repeating, getting your videos out there, responding to leads, having the cha-chings in real time, using your app, closing the sale, assuming the sale, using the right language. That comes as you practice. So give yourself some grace, go do the thing, and we'll see you on the next video. Enjoy.